Most people think touch is just physical, but the truth? One small mistake can kill desire instantly, and one subtle move can make it unforgettable. Welcome to Dark Feminine Insight, where we uncover the hidden psychology of attraction and connection. Today, we're diving into the art of touch and how subtle techniques can create unforgettable experiences. Presence is the foundation of every meaningful touch. Before a hand even moves, the energy carried matters more than the motion itself. It's not just about placement, it's about the focus behind it. When complete attention is given, every subtle shift of the body, every micro-expression, and every breath is noticed, even before it is consciously registered. Thoughtful. This level of awareness communicates respect, care, and intent without a single word. A distracted or hurried approach feels mechanical and can diminish the experience instantly. By being fully present, each touch becomes a message, a deliberate signal that this moment matters. The mind and body respond in tandem when they sense authentic attention. Even the lightest caress gains power because it's backed by conscious intention. Size, eyes, posture, and energy reinforce the connection, making the interaction feel profound. Immersive. Presence also allows for instantaneous adaptation. Reading reactions and adjusting in real time prevents discomfort and heightens sensitivity. It transforms simple motion into a silent conversation where every movement is meaningful, every pause purposeful. Ultimately, presence is not just a technique. It is the invisible force that amplifies every touch, turning it into an experience that lingers in memory long after. Pacing and anticipation are the hidden levers that transform touch from ordinary to unforgettable. Size. Rushing destroys tension, and tension is what makes each movement feel electric. The body responds not only to pressure but to expectation. The mind notices before the nerves react. Starting slow allows sensitivity to awaken gradually, making every subsequent motion more impactful. Subtle pauses, brief hesitations, and slight variations in rhythm build a sense of suspense that heightens awareness. Anticipation isn't about confusion, it's about creating a dynamic where each movement feels intentional and earned. As sensitivity increases, even the lightest touch can trigger a profound response, amplifying connection and desire. Curious. Alternating between slow, deliberate caresses and slightly faster or firmer motions keeps the experience unpredictable in the best way. Aiming engagement. The key is to read feedback continuously. Tiny shifts in breathing, micro-expressions, or muscle tension indicate when to accelerate or slow down. By combining deliberate pacing with anticipation, touch becomes a dialogue rather than a mechanical act. Every motion carries meaning, and the build-up itself becomes part of the attraction, making the eventual climax of sensation more intense and memorable. Mastery of rhythm, speed, and suspense turns simple touch into a magnetic, immersive experience. Consent and feedback are the invisible signals that guide every effective touch. Without them, even the most skilled motions can feel misplaced or uncomfortable. True attunement requires observing subtle cues, tiny shifts in posture, changes in breathing, micro-expressions, or small sounds that indicate comfort, pleasure, or hesitation. Thoughtful. These signals serve as a map, showing where attention is welcomed and where to adjust. Touch becomes a conversation rather than a unilateral action, and the body responds more openly when it feels understood and respected. Anticipating reactions without forcing them is key. Gentle probing, paired with careful observation, allows adjustments in real time, creating a sense of safety and trust. Size. Feedback isn't just reactive, it informs the rhythm, pressure, and intensity, turning simple motion into a dynamic, interactive experience. By prioritizing these cues, every touch feels intentional, personalized, and meaningful, enhancing both connection and emotional impact. Ignoring them can break immersion, making movements feel mechanical or intrusive. When attention is paired with consent and active reading of responses, touch transcends the physical and becomes a form of communication, where every gesture conveys awareness, care, and understanding, leaving a lasting impression that resonates beyond the immediate moment. Psychological connection is the hidden layer that makes touch profoundly impactful. The body reacts first, but the mind remembers longest, and understanding this transforms a simple motion into a memorable experience. Being fully engaged mentally, focused on presence, intention, and subtle reactions, communicates more than any physical technique alone. Every caress, every glide of the hand carries meaning because it is framed by awareness and emotional attunement. Thoughtful. When the mind is present, anticipation builds naturally, and the nervous system becomes more receptive. Connection amplifies sensitivity, making even the lightest touch feel electric. Subtle cues like eye contact, mirroring breathing, and slight shifts in posture reinforce this bond, creating a dialogue that exists beyond words. Size. Emotional attunement allows for adjustment in real time, matching intensity, rhythm, and pressure to the moment. It turns a mechanical act into an interactive experience that feels intimate, personal, and magnetic. The psychological element ensures that touch is not just physical stimulation, but also an emotional imprint, leaving a sense of being seen, understood, and engaged. When presence and emotional connection merge with careful technique, the interaction becomes immersive, unforgettable, and deeply resonant, engaging both body and mind in a shared, heightened experience. Variation and pressure are the subtle levers that make touch feel dynamic and alive. Uniform motion, no matter how skilled, quickly becomes predictable and dull, while thoughtful changes in speed, direction, and intensity keep the nervous system alert and engaged. Curious light. Teasing strokes awaken sensitivity and create anticipation, allowing the body to tune into each sensation. Gradually introducing firmer pressure provides grounding, signaling confidence and control while heightening awareness. Alternating between these extremes, soft and firm, slow and deliberate, gentle and insistent, creates a rhythm that feels alive, engaging both body and mind. Thoughtful. Paying attention to how small adjustments affect responses is crucial. Micro-reactions indicate what resonates and what needs refinement. Variation also prevents desensitization, keeping each moment fresh and meaningful. Memorable. Pressure must be applied with intention, never rushed or mechanical, as the right balance conveys care, attentiveness, and mastery. Subtle shifts in touch, combined with conscious observation, turn simple motion into a rich, interactive dialogue. When the body is guided with both finesse and assurance, sensitivity peaks, anticipation builds, and the experience becomes immersive. Mastering variation and pressure is less about force and more about understanding how the body responds to nuanced cues, making every movement meaningful and impactful. Environmental factors play a surprisingly powerful role in how touch is perceived and received. Even the most skilled techniques can feel flat if the surroundings are distracting or uncomfortable. Temperature, lighting, and overall comfort influence how the nervous system responds, affecting both sensitivity and emotional openness. Size. A warm, relaxed setting encourages the body to let go, allowing subtle sensations to register more intensely. Dim, soft lighting reduces self-consciousness and enhances focus, creating a sense of privacy and intimacy. Noise levels and external interruptions can break concentration, pulling attention away from the interaction and diminishing its impact. Comfort isn't only physical. The mindset of both participants matters equally. Thoughtful. Feeling safe, relaxed, and unhurried allows anticipation and arousal to build naturally, amplifying the effect of touch. Small details like supportive surfaces, pleasant textures, or a calm atmosphere work together to create a receptive space where every movement is more noticeable and every sensation is heightened. When environmental factors are considered and optimized, the body becomes more responsive, attention deepens, and subtle cues are easier to read. In this way, the surrounding context amplifies the power of touch, making the experience richer, more immersive, and more memorable. The art of touch goes far beyond physical motion. It's a silent language that communicates attention, intention, and connection. Thoughtful. Every movement, from the lightest caress to firmer pressure, carries meaning when paired with presence and emotional attunement. The difference between a touch that's forgettable and one that lingers isn't in the motion itself. It's in presence, attention, timing, and the subtle cues that guide every movement. Thoughtful. Mastering awareness, pacing, variation, and the surrounding environment turns simple contact into a powerful, unforgettable experience. When every motion is deliberate and every reaction is read, influence becomes effortless and connection becomes magnetic. Size. This is where touch transcends the physical and leaves a lasting impression on both body and mind. If you found this insight powerful, hit like, subscribe to Dark Feminine Insights, and comment the word magnetism below. Excited? Let's see who's ready to master the art of subtle, unforgettable influence.